Hey there, folks. Tonight we're diving headfirst into the land of the rising sun. But hold on to your hats because this ain't no cherry blossom picnic. We're talking about Japan's population. And let me tell you, it's shrinking faster than a cheap suit in a rainstorm. See, back in the good old days of 2008, Japan was riding high with a whopping 128 million people. But then something strange happened. People stopped having babies, like a lot of people. Fast forward to today, 2025. And the population has plummeted to a measly 125 million. And it's not stopping there, folks. This ain't just a dip, it's a full-blown demographic nosedive. And it's time we figured out why. Buckle up, buttercups, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. All right, let's break this down, shall we? Japan's population is aging faster than a carton of milk left out in the sun. We're talking about a median age of 49, folks. That's older than your average TikTok influencer's grandma. And the life expectancy? Well, let's just say they're giving Methuselah a run for his money, with women clocking in at a sprightly 87 years and men at 81. But here's the kicker. Those elderly folks are outnumbering the young'uns at an alarming rate. Almost a third of the population is over 65, and by 2100 it's going to be closer to half. Meanwhile, the number of babies being born is about as rare as a polite driver in New York City. We're talking record lows, people. This ain't just a trend, it's a full-blown baby bust. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal with fewer babies? Less screaming, right? Wrong. This ain't just about noise complaints, folks. It's about cold, hard cash. See, raising kids in Japan is about as expensive as a weekend getaway with Elon Musk. We're talking astronomical housing costs, sky-high education fees, and don't even get me started on the price of diapers. And it's not like wages are keeping up either. Stagnant wages and a work culture that makes a pack of wolves look like a bunch of lazy sloths mean young people are struggling just to keep their heads above water, let alone afford a family. It's enough to make you want to say sayonara to the whole parenting thing altogether. Let's talk about work-life balance, or rather the lack thereof. Japan is notorious for its long hours, intense pressure, and a general expectation that you'll sacrifice your firstborn at the altar of your career. And guess what? It's not exactly conducive to starting a family. Imagine this, you're working 12-hour days, commuting for what feels like an eternity, and then you're expected to go out drinking with your boss until the wee hours of the morning. Oh, and did I mention the whole parental leave thing is about as common as a unicorn sighting? It's no wonder young people are choosing pets over parenthood. At least the cat won't judge you for falling asleep at your desk. Section 5. Love in the time of ramen marriage and social shifts. Now, let's talk about love, or rather the lack thereof. See, marriage rates in Japan are plummeting faster than a meteor shower. And when people aren't getting hitched, they're not exactly churning out babies like a factory, are they? There's a whole bunch of reasons for this, from changing social norms to the fact that more and more people are choosing to stay single and focus on their careers. And hey, who can blame them when you're working all hours of the day and night? Who has time for dating, let alone a long-term relationship? It's enough to make even the most romantic soul swear off love and settle for a lifetime supply of instant noodles. Section 6. Can you throw money at a baby? Government policies. Now, the Japanese government isn't just going to sit back and watch the country turn into a giant retirement home. They've been trying to incentivize baby making like it's going out of style. We're talking cash bonuses for having kids, subsidized childcare, and even campaigns to encourage people to get married and procreate. They've even got this fancy pants plan called the Children's Future Strategy Policy, which sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. They're throwing billions of yen at the problem, but so far it's about as effective as trying to put out a forest fire with a squirt gun. Section 7. The debt monster looms, challenges to policies. But here's the thing, folks. Japan's got bigger problems than just a shortage of diapers. They're drowning in debt. And I'm not talking about a few unpaid parking tickets. We're talking about a national debt that's larger than Godzilla himself. So while they're busy throwing money at the baby problem, they've also got to worry about, keeping the lights on and the trains running. It's a classic case of too many problems, not enough yen. And to make matters worse, there's a whole lot of cultural resistance to change. It's like trying to teach an old dog new tricks, only the dog is the size of a small country and the tricks involve having more babies. Section 8. Think outside the bento box, alternative solutions. So, what's the solution? Well, it's going to take more than just a few government handouts and a catchy jingle to get those birth rates up. Japan needs to think outside the bento box, and I'm not just talking about ordering pizza. They could start by making it easier for women to work and have families, things like affordable childcare, flexible work arrangements, and maybe even, dare I say it, paternity leave. And then there's the whole immigration thing. Japan has historically been about as welcoming to foreigners as a sumo wrestler at an all-you-can-eat buffet, but with a shrinking workforce and a whole lot of jobs that need filling, they might just have to swallow their pride and open those borders a little wider. Section 9. The future is now embracing the change. Look, there's no easy fix for this population problem. It's a complex issue with no simple answers. But one thing's for sure, Japan can't just keep doing the same old thing and expect different results. They need to adapt, innovate, and maybe even embrace some radical new ideas. The future is coming, whether they like it or not, and it's time for Japan to face it head on. Who knows? Maybe this whole population decline will be the push they need to become a leaner, meaner, more innovative nation. Or maybe they'll just end up with a whole lot of empty retirement homes and a national mascot that's a giant inflatable diaper. Only time will tell.